In today's vlog, I'm gonna take these Ralph Lauren polos, just a simple straight leg jean. I'm gonna try to do the flare at the bottom with flannel. I'm gonna probably have to layer it with some denim or something like that to give it more sturdiness. But obviously we just need to do that triangle at the bottom of the inseam, and that's gonna give it a bit more of a baggy feel. And then we'll do some airbrushing on it, maybe some distressing, and some barbed wire stitching. I don't know. Let's see what we get into. All right, yo, so I just woke up, had breakfast quick. It's pouring rain in Vancouver today, as usual. I'm just gonna get a quick workout in at the beach, go for a cold plunge. I like to swim in the ocean quite a bit, but I never really do it in the fall and the winter. So I decided I'm gonna start doing that. Right now, I'm also working out for the first time in a couple of years. I'm a little sore and trying to get back into it. I really like to keep something besides just like lifting weights and stuff, so I've been getting into soccer a lot. Back when I was a kid, I played soccer and I always sucked at it. I never tried at all. I hated practice. I hated being in the rain. As I'm older, I'm looking back at my life and being like, damn, like you could have just tried harder and you would have been good at stuff that you kind of cared about. Maybe I didn't care about it then, but through the years, I've learned a lot of stuff on my own when I'm actually interested in something. Anything fashion related, learning how to screen print, I'm all self-taught that way. And I don't know, it just clicked for me a long time ago that like, damn, you just have to put in work and be consistent and you can get really good at anything. A few years ago, I was playing a lot of basketball. I've never been good at basketball either. And I got pretty good just, hanging out, practicing. I used to skateboard when I was a kid. That was probably my biggest passion. And I just never practiced, dude. Like I don't know what I was doing. I was probably playing video games or something instead. But you just have to get out there and like grind. You really have to put in the hours. And I think in my older years, I've learned that. So I'm kind of back on that shit, and I'm doing soccer right now because I hopefully want to be good enough to like play on a little Sunday league team or something like that. I think that would be cool. Bro, like I didn't even score a goal when I was a kid. I swear I scored like one goal in like 7 years or something. I just did it, like just to do it, I guess. I just was going with the flow. Anyways, yeah, I just want to get back into it and see if I can keep myself sharp enough to physically do it. I'm getting older, man. Like my bones hurt. I need to get cracking on fitness. It's crazy. Anyways, we're gonna head to the beach. Why is it so hectic out here? All right, bro, we out here. There's the city, bro. The Big Apple. Just kidding, it's Vancouver. Oh, look at the seaweed. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of soccer. Just trying to get good at something, I didn't bring the shorts today, so I'm just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. I've been grinding on this. Got the elastico almost down. Before I get too into it, let's get in the water. Yeah, it's cold as shit. I can either stay in there and swim, but I usually like to get out pretty quick and start practicing, get warmed up. All right, I think that should do it for the warm-up. Got a couple juggles in. Man, the sand is killing my feet when it's stuck to the ball, I guess, because it's so wet out here. But whatever, I toughen those things up. Let's get back to the studio and get cracking. Back in the whip. Nice little plunge, nice little warm up. Feeling energized, so let's get to work on these pants. I'm gonna airbrush some spider webs, I think, on them. You know, something Halloween-y. Should be dope. Just getting warmed up by the fire, and I'm thinking, let's get airbrushing first. So we're gonna go outside for that. All right, here I am using a special tool that Da Vinci himself used. You can look that up. It's scientific. It's historical. Anyways, what it does is allows me to overlay any image I want onto the pants. And you can see here, I'm just spraying in some black, just picking up those shadows. So now I got the basics done with that DaVinci Eye app. Super easy to line it up. I can always go back and use it again, but I like to freestyle it more in the picture on the computer. So I'll just keep referring back to that and try to get some of those browns and eventually greens that I want to put into the face. Yeah, I'm like infinitely better at portraits. This is only like my sixth one. I did that challenge where you paint your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and me and my girl did it. This is what she did of me. This is the painting in question. You can tell it looks exactly like me. It's crazy how talented she is, and she taught me a lot of cool things to really get that likeness in a portrait. Really have been trying to work on my skills, and rather than apply it to canvas, I'm obviously gonna do that with clothing. I was saying before, you know, you got to put in the time, you got to put in the effort to practice, and I just started to realize how important that was, especially with art. But now that I'm sort of limited to the amount of tools that I have, I think I'm really going to start focusing on doing a lot of painting, airbrushing, and obviously still sewing. We let it dry after that session. I think the key to painting portraits is really to blur your vision at first, and you got to see those values that are in the face, kind of get the contours as best you can. Like I said, even blur your vision if you can. Just get the basic shapes. Try to only use 2 or maybe 3 colors, and then you can go and refine after. So now that we've done that, we can move on to the next step. So let's jump in here and do that. So you can see here, I fine-tuned some of the details in the eyes and really worked on getting that white in there. Now we're gonna try to pick up some more of those details. Especially in the eyes. If the position of the eyes is wrong, you're going to lose the likeness. It's not going to look like good old Frankenstein here. Right, we'll get that upper eyelid. Try to make sure we get the shape right. I am going to take this back outside in a sec and work some more on the face, and that should be it. Just adding a bit more green back, because I definitely lost some of that with the white that I put on here. So we'll get some of that really obvious black areas. Kind of just want to get the eyelids and the eyelashes, although Frankenstein doesn't really have any eyelashes. He's got this really dark eyelid line that really accentuates that bulgy brow that he has. So we have to really make sure we get that in. Again, I'm going to airbrush this again, so it's going to smooth out a bit more, but you can see it really brings the face to life. Painting on clothes is actually a little bit harder, in my opinion, than doing it on canvas, just because I don't really want to build up too many layers of paint, or else it's gonna feel too chunky on when you wear it. Whereas like with a canvas, I don't care how many layers I have to do. I can just erase the entire portrait and start from scratch. But with this, I have to be a little bit more intentional, at least if I want it to be comfortable to wear. Just gonna get some of the hairs in here. Another important feature is definitely the mouth. Obviously, you guys know Frankenstein has that really wrinkly lip, I guess. A lot of scarring from, I don't know, being pieced together. All right, well, that took all day. I got some spider webs on it. Obviously, the two portraits. I'm going to do a bunch of distressing in the next video and show you how I get those perfect white threads on the holes of the denim. So we'll do some other jeans as well, using some sandpaper, stuff like that. I'm also going to show you another secret way. So yeah, join me for the next vlog coming in a couple days. Peace.